And we've got to chapter 2, and today we're looking at verses 11 to 13. And as usual, I'll read through the verses, then I'll give you a little bit of a deeper understanding of what they're saying. So let's go. Wherefore remember that you, being in times past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands, that at that time ye were without Christ, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel, and the strangers from the covenants of promise, having no hope and without God in the world. But now in Christ Jesus, you who sometimes were far off are made nigh by the blood of Christ. So let's go back. Therefore remember that you, in times past, therefore remember that in the past, the Gentiles, the Gentiles then, in the flesh, who were called the uncircumcision. It was a term the Jews used for Gentiles. In fact, it would have been more like uncircumcised heathen rather than Gentiles, but uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision. That's what the Jews called themselves. In the flesh, made by hands, circumcision. They were circumcised by human hands. That at that time you were without Christ, you didn't have Christ, being aliens. And that word aliens is the word apolitrio, and it actually means strangers, strange participants. You were alienated, you were estranged from the commonwealth. That means the state, the country of Israel, and strangers from the covenants. That's the covenants God gave in the Old Testament of promise. Those were anything from the Abrahamic covenants to the Davidic covenants, to the Mosaic covenants, to the Davidic covenants. So all those would have been in there, having no hope and without God in the world. There was no hope. Now, hope is the word elpis, and it's like, best way to describe it is, to be hopeless is, there's a tunnel, but you can't see the light. Hope is when you see the light at the end of the tunnel. We hope, we know we're coming to the end. Hope is seeing something and believing that it's there. So you had no hope. You had no hope in God because you didn't know God. You had no hope. You were without God in this world. You were part of the world system. But now in Christ Jesus, oh yes, and it says, and strangers. That word strangers is a word that you'll probably know. It's xenos. It's where we get the word xenophobia from. So you were strangers. You were strangers in that system. But now in Christ Jesus, you who sometimes were far off, you in Christ Jesus that were sometimes far away, in other words, in the past you were far away, are made near. That word nigh is near, and that's the word egus, and it means to be near. To be made near. Near to a place, near to a position, near to access to God. By the blood of Christ. And that word blood is the word aima, and it just means blood. It can mean juice. It can mean something the colour of blood, but it's most used as blood. So that's it. So in past we were sinners, and now we're saved, and now we're in God because of what Jesus has done for us. And to everybody saying hello back to you too. God bless you and be with you. And I'll see you all tomorrow for another one on the fit side. God bless you now.